Divine Reflection. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Idalis. I am a spiritual healer, a psychic, and a purveyor of the stars. If you'd like a personal session with me, birth chart readings, psychic readings, and healing sessions are all linked down below. On this channel, I love to talk about esoterica, occult wisdom, and give you practical tools to help you along your spiritual journey. So if that's something that interests you, definitely consider hitting subscribe and the notification bell so you never miss a video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to meet a dragon, okay? How to meet your dragon, potentially. It's going to be a story time about the first time I met my dragon, meeting my dragon for the first time. I have no reason to lie, you know, everything that I share with you is actual experiences that I've had along my spiritual journey. Everything on this channel I've experienced myself, and so yeah, hopefully this helps you to, you know, connect with the spirit realms and other worlds beyond this one and connect to something larger, something beyond yourself, right? Something magical and mystical, because that's also a part of reality. So definitely stay tuned all the way through until the end of the video so you don't miss any of this juicy knowledge that I'm about to share with you. Like, comment, and share this video with anyone who you think might enjoy it. Mwah! So I wanted to talk first about how I even heard about dragons and how I knew that I could connect with them in the first place. So I first heard about dragons through a YouTuber, and her name was Conjure Queen. On the link in her Instagram, she used to offer several different courses, and one of them was dragon magic, and I wanted to buy the course, never ended up buying it, but it's just something that, you know, instantly sparked my interest. And also I learned about, you know, the ability to connect with dragons actually through an anime, which you've probably heard about, called Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's kind of nerdy and I'm not gonna say embarrassing because everyone loves anime, and people who don't love anime probably haven't seen anime and don't know how amazing it is. All my anime fans out there, I stand with you. We stand together. Anyway, Avatar: The Last Airbender. In a lot of episodes, you know, Aang has experiences meeting dragons, and in one of the final episodes, he teams up with his nemesis, and in order to defeat the Fire Kingdom, they have to conjure dragons. So those were like the experiences that brought dragon consciousness into my reality, okay? Watching anime actually is a very spiritual experience for me, and I find that a lot of, you know, abilities and superpowers that anime characters are able to embody are kind of natural to the energy that exists within us. Like, their superpowers include being able to manipulate and control energy, right? And while watching anime, I'm definitely taking notes and like practicing how to conjure my own energy in the same way. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you've ever watched anime, you'd know that, you know, they use their spiritual power, they use their energy in order to manifest, you know, powers and defeat and destroy and fight. But anyway, Avatar: The Last Airbender also has a spin-off show called The Legend of Korra, where Aang is reincarnated once more into a woman named Korra. In The Legend of Korra, it's season 2, episode 7. For anyone who wants to see it, I highly recommend. It honestly is a lesson. It's a spiritual lesson, okay? In that particular episode, Korra revisits the history of the first Avatar. The first Avatar's name is actually Wan. In this 2-part episode within this, you know, series in this season, the first Avatar is exploring, he's basically one of the early peoples, right? And in this time, the veils between the spirit realm and the physical world are non-existent, right? Spirits walk with human beings, but only in like high vibrational spaces like nature. And after he gets ostracized from his village, that's when he starts to venture into the spirit world. And somewhere along the way I learned, you know, that dragons were also alive, you know, they were spirits that roamed with human beings, that they existed in a land before time. And so that's how I knew that dragons were real and that being able to connect with them potentially in the spirit world would be possible. And then, you know, I saw Conjure Queen's course, so I was like, oh my gosh, this is something real. This is like tangible, something I can attain. So cut to me meditating with a third eye stone. I believe it was my sodalite. It was a third eye stone, definitely. And I remember just sitting in meditation with this stone. And I don't know if specifically in that meditation I had the intention of meeting a dragon, but it was definitely, you know, in my consciousness. That desire, I believe, manifested itself that day, whether or not it was intentional. So I'm in meditation with this stone and I see my dragon. I remember actually it being quite unexpected, like I was surprised that I was having this vision. So I don't think actually that I did set the intention. So upon meeting my dragon, I was like transported, you know, in my visions to a land that was by a big body of water, an expanse of water, and I was on this cliffside. I just saw my dragon. He was blue, and I actually heard his name. His name was Blue. I saw him and said his name or heard his name and felt an instant like deep connection. I don't know if you've ever felt a deep connection before, but it felt like I had known this dragon in a past life. It felt like I had known this dragon all my life. Yeah, I remember crying, like full tears, like while meditating during this vision because the meeting was just so emotional and overwhelming. My dragon had very kind features and was very friendly looking and had a smaller build, but its scales, I remember, were very prominent, and my dragon knew me too. It sounds crazy, but it's real. It was something that really happened. So, you know, it's crazy and reality's crazy. So I remember wanting to fly, and my dragon could like read my thoughts, or was almost like an extension of me. So when I, you know, had the intention to fly, my dragon kind of kneeled down and I climbed on its back and we flew in the air above the water. And I remember it being nighttime and flying in the air, like feeling the breeze, not physically on my skin in the 3D world, but in the vision. And I remember, you know, being overjoyed and feeling so happy and free, and also kind of just surprised and excited by the whole experience. It was very vivid. And I remember being on the cliff, and I don't know if it was the first time meeting him, but when I would go visit him, you know, because me meeting my dragon was so overwhelmingly, you know, full of love and presence, and just like that I wanted to keep meeting him. I wanted to keep seeing the vision because the vision was so powerful. And upon meeting him, you know, I would like pet him and I would lay in its wings. I remember laying on the dragon, you know, like in the dragon's tail and feeling just like really safe by my dragon's side. Meeting him in a vision specifically once, the world that I had met my dragon in was like being attacked. There was like a lot of activity and I almost couldn't see what was fully happening, but I knew it was a very dangerous environment, and there were other dragons flying and also, you know, balls of fire flying through the air. And I remember feeling very afraid, and I saw my dragon and remember like just feeling like I had to protect it. I remember hiding my dragon in a cave once. Like I found a cave and we flew into a cave. It was very open and like inside of a cliff, but I couldn't see the rest of the land for some reason. Eventually, though, I did see my dragon die. My dragon was hit by a ball of fire. I believe he fell through the air, and I believe I, you know, cried out, and it was also a very emotional experience. And immediately after that, I saw an egg cracking open, and I saw a new dragon being reborn. It was the same soul but a different body, but somehow the soul also felt newer. Like it felt like a new dragon, even though I knew it was my same dragon. So yeah, my dragon essentially reincarnated and almost in a sort of phoenix-like fashion, you know, was kind of rebirthed once more. I didn't hear the name of this new dragon, who's still my dragon to this day. I didn't hear their name, but upon meeting Blue, my first dragon, I, you know, heard the word blue. I heard the name Blue. So I just named this dragon Orange because it was an orange dragon. Orange had and has kind of a larger build and is in a lot of ways more mature. I don't remember if Orange was reborn in a new space, or if Orange had found this space and after it was reborn once more. But Orange now exists or existed. I don't visit this place that often anymore now because it's dangerous to continue to see my dragon. For some reason, me meditating on my dragon creates too much of a high vibrational energy, which was the issue with meeting Blue, you know, during my early experiences of meeting my dragon. The meeting of our souls was so high vibrational that it was easier for entities attacking the dragons in the spiritual world. It was easier for them to find the dragon due to my connection with the dragon. And so I don't meditate on Orange that often anymore. Instead, it's sort of Orange walks with me. My dragon kind of walks with me as my higher self and manifests, you know, yeah, as a spirit animal almost. So yeah, Orange is safe. Orange was reborn and found a cave that was like, you know, underground somewhere. Again, I couldn't fully see the cave. I only saw my dragon surrounded, and the cave felt very safe and secluded. Yeah, I also watched Orange give birth to another dragon. So my dragon has a baby. The baby's probably older now. I don't know. I only see Orange when I call upon her. When I'm fighting, you know, spiritual wars, when I'm fighting, you know, spiritual battles, I manifest my dragon to help me, you know, just protect my spirit. Also, I've had visions of dragons being born from me. So, I don't know. The dragons are being attacked in the spiritual realms, right? And so they need places to like habitate. I don't know if I became my dragon or what, but I'd experienced it, or if I had visions of me birthing dragons. That sounds crazy, and I don't know if I'll leave that in the edit because that sounds actually insane. Yeah, I remember the cave that Orange resides in or resided in glowing as if a fire was lit in the cave, and upon visiting them again, just making sure they were safe, you know, sometimes the cave would be completely dark, but I would feel the presence of my dragon there. So yeah, just note, if you are going to, you know, conjure a dragon, meet your dragon, try to be safe about it and maybe manifest that your energy isn't so known when you do visit your dragon, because they're such powerful beings. So that is the experience of, you know, me meeting my dragon for the first time. Hopefully I was able to prove that mythical creatures exist, okay? Definitely get yourself, you know, a third eye stone. That's kind of the extent of dragon magic for me. It's just a part of me, you know, it's an entity that is clearly a part of my soul and my soul lineage. So maybe dragons aren't a creature that you connect with. Maybe dragons aren't, you know, meant to connect with you. Definitely use your discernment. I have videos about other types of mythical, magical creatures on my channel, and I've experienced connecting with a lot of them also. So, you know, I might do more story times about, you know, mythical creatures in the future. If you enjoyed this video, again, don't forget to like it. Comment down below what creatures you connect with, or if you've ever met a dragon. I would love to know that. Yeah, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week, my love, for a brand new video. I love you so much. Mwah!